Hey guys, it is the Gaming Ronin, and today I am here to give you my thoughts and the highlights of the 7.2 live stream. These are my just initial thoughts after having watched it. Kind of just my opinion, my take on everything that they showed us in the 7.2 live stream. So we will be going over everything except for the story. Um, that is honestly, the story is going to be story. There's nothing we can have of it. It's okay. I haven't been that invested in the story. I don't really care for the Hedda Cole storyline with Shea Vizsla. That's kind of just been a meh kind of thing for me. I think they've waited way too long to get on with it. At this point, I think that should have been wrapped up pre 7.0. And we should be focusing on, and 7.0 should have been a focus on Sahar and Malgus, and they've kind of fused the two for some reason. I just overall don't think it's great. So I'm going to skip over that. I do kind of want to go more over the planet and the daily stuff, changes to the PvP, the UI, 7.2 gearing, which is still the same. I was kind of worried about that. I am currently making a gearing guide for 7.1.1, soon to be now 7.2, and I'll go over what's pretty much not really changed. They did make it. They are making an item rating change, but we're still kind of in the same gear overall. So it's also not a gearing change. And then we have some cartel market items, are kind of cool. And then the Life Day event, and of course, as you can see on the screen right now, the 7.2 will be launching this winter, so probably sometime in December. We should hope, as well as potentially later this week, the week of November 9th, we will be getting the PTS for the 7.2, and we will be able to test all of this out. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So the first thing, there's a new planet called Runuk, and of course we'll have a new daily area to go there, to go along with it, I should say. Um, it's going to be a lot like Manon, so kind of think along that line. Only instead of uh, Manon and the people of Manon, it will be, which I keep old right now, but this is going to be more Mandalorian kind of base. So expect Mandalorian language, character titles, as well as probably Mandalorian type gear. So that's really cool. And then we're of course going to get some new decos as well, some plants, and some machinery stuff, excavators, rock crushers, and then uh, as a reward for doing the reputation of the new planet, you will get a Mudhorn, which is coming out of the Mandalorian show that's on Disney Plus. So you'll be able to have that as a mount. Basically, you have your own Rhino, and then of course we're gonna have normal, heroic, and weekly daily missions. There's this new thing called relic missions that you can go hunt down, planetary achievements, and a new world boss to go kill. No word on whether or not there's gonna be a Datacron to get. I don't think we're gonna get a Datacron. I think they're kind of done with that. So really expect any Datacrons to go hunt for. So PvP, we're gonna be talking about this kind of in length here. I think this is gonna be the majority of this video, because they're making a good change and a really, really, really bad change in my opinion. So they're trying to bring players more to go play PvP, and make sure it's rewarding, and encourage positive play, which are good things to aspire toward. And I think that should always be the goal for any game company, any dev team that has PvP. that is, what you should be aiming for. But this is not the way to do it. So they are getting rid of ranked entirely. You will no longer be allowed to queue for ranked. Ranked was purely arena, which basically just means 4 versus 4. Um, 4 versus 4 isn't going away. We're still going to have the war zones and the arenas, but as far as ranked is concerned, gone. So if you have any ranked tokens, go spend those. Go to the vendors. You can still earn them up until 7.2. So if there is something you want from those vendors, um, go play ranked, go earn tokens, and then go buy what you want. But you are on a deadline. We don't know exactly when, but I would assume mid December would be uh, would be when this is launching. Uh, but so there's no longer going to be a distinction between ranked and unranked because there's no ranked at all in any way, shape, or form. You can queue for 8v8 only, or you can queue for 4v4. They did insinuate that you can queue for both if you want to, kind of keep it as it is now. But I wouldn't expect to get a 4v4 pretty much ever again. I don't really think there's going to be anyone that's going to go do 4v4s, but unless there's probably someone win trading just to make things go a little bit faster. Um, I think win trading is going to get worse because you can just it's because you're not really going to have anyone in the 4v4 queue. Everyone's just going to go play 8v8 because anyone that doesn't want to play 4v4 is just not going to queue 4v4 at all. So I think win trading is going to be worse. So that way you can just spam through and get the new rewards that we'll be going over achieved and done. Have it, and it's this is a bad model. This is just bad. Um, we PvP, any game that has PvP should have a ranked of some kind. To not have ranked is just bad because one, it's going to drive away hardcore players, and some of you are probably thinking, "Oh, that's a really good thing to get rid of all those toxic hardcore players." But the hardcore players are more or less what keeps games alive. They're the ones devoting the most time, effort, um, into the game. That's just reality. It doesn't matter what game it is. It is your hardcore player base that is keeping the game alive because they're the ones coming back daily to play, and they no longer have anything to work for. It's just gonna be an easy steamroll over the casuals to get this reward system, and then they're gonna stop playing. They don't have a reason. It does seem that they're gonna have more seasons more often now. Basically, it's a season pass that that we're being given. It's free. You also don't have to be you don't have to be subscribed to access this at all. All players, period, can access this. I think that's another mistake. Um, because our subscriptions are basically what's keeping the lights on over at BioWare Sword Dev House. So that's kind of dumb that you're just gonna have players that aren't subbed anymore. The only reason to be subbed is to do operations. Um, that's it. That's the only reason to be subbed. Hey guys, it is editing Ronan here. Just kind of cutting in because I do kind of go on a rant here. I'm kind of leaving up the background of what the next slide was for you guys, so you can see. Take a look at that. It'll transition here in a moment. But more or less, my thoughts are: this is bad. Um, I don't think it's the right move. I think PvP balance changes should have been done before this. Um, do one last season of ranked play, and then doing something. I think also introducing something like tiers. So depending on wins, kills, healing, threat generation, could have put you into different tiers, like bronze, silver, gold, onyx, just as an example. And then getting rewards based on where you place, which we have had that in the past for ranked play. Would have been a better thing to do to kind of make it a more general thing. Hopefully, they do something like that. If they don't, I think they're really, really dropping the ball here and just making bad move after bad move as far as this removal of ranked is concerned. Everything else in this update is good. That's all good changes and whatnot. But as far as just completely removing ranked, uh, wrong move. I think they could have added 8v8s to ranked to kind of expand, the gameplay of ranked. Um, and because I agree that 8v8, if you really don't like 4v4s, just you don't have to queue for 4v4s. I think that is good, but just completely removing ranked, wrong. And you could have still provided this new season pass that they want to do. um, that would have also been okay and still kind of left ranked as it was, or even just changed it like, hey, look, we're not necessarily going to have a season for ranked anymore, but you can still earn rewards for going and doing ranked and earning tokens, and we'll update vendors to have new rewards as we go through the uh, this new ranked season pass, or this new season pass, because it's not ranked. This is all casual stuff now. This is just participation trophies, which never feel good. I don't think anyone has ever felt good receiving a participation trophy. That I wasn't, you know, it's just a bad move on Bioware's part. So yeah, it's this could have been done much better. Um, Overall, I am doing this mainly just so that way there's a ton of just footage of me ranting, and I kind of just want to cut it all out to kind of keep this condensed. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes. I don't think I can keep it under 20, but I do want to be under 30 minutes. So I'm going to have to cut a lot of stuff out here. And that's kind of my overall thoughts. There was a lot of emotional response to this change. It's bad. Bioware needs to give us a reason uh, to be good at the game. Reward for skill. You need to reward skill. This is not rewarding skill. This is punishing skill. So that's pretty much it. This is finally we got to the next slide. I will be jumping over to the next bit here. And getting through the rest of the live stream. Possibly may come back here as editing Ronin, and just in case I need to clean up anything I said or thoughts. Yeah, this was a heavy hit. This was a big blow. And I don't think Bioware really recognizes that. And I hope they listen to us. And of course, guys, don't threaten them. There are a number of you guys out there threatening the devs. Don't do that. Don't be a scumbag. Uh, there's a way to give criticism, and then there's a way of just being an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Um, so I'm gonna let uh, I'm gonna let Past Ronin be your host once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye. So this is what it will look like. This is kind of just this is kind of just a glimpse of what it will look like. This isn't final in any way, shape, or form. So this is just a glimpse. As you can see, it's going to be in the same place as your login rewards and Galactic Seasons. And then there will be the level cap will be up to level 25. And these are preliminary. Some of these things may not be here when this launches. So don't expect this to be exactly what we'll get as a reward, but this is what the rewards are more or less look like. Um, and if it says TBD to be determined, so they're still deciding what these decos will be and whatnot. And this here is the gear. I think this is being split between faction. So if you're an Imperial, this is what your gear will be that you'll earn. If you're Republic, this is what your gear will be earned. And these are pure cosmetic. This isn't actual gear. We are not getting any gearing from just simply playing PvP beyond our current gearing system. They did actually create a video to show us what the map looks like. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys right now. Okay, that was the new map. Um, I they were more than likely playing copyrighted music, so I did leave it muted. Played some of my own not copyrighted music, and then right now as well, you can get deco of this character by going to swordtour.com/redeem code. Of course, this will require you to log in using your login information for the game and redeem the code Lots Galore. The capitalization does not matter. Redeem this before November 16th. So you got about a week to do this. Okay, so gearing. What is going on with gearing? Um, all of our gear is being maxed upward. Again, the max most of the gear is going to be able to get to now is going to be 336, which is kind of annoying because I did finish doing all my filming for my gear guide. That is now kind of useless now that 330 is no longer the max item rating for the majority of gear. Um, it's also a good thing because now you can have better stats and whatnot. But basically, the how to min max yourself is kind of useless. So I can still kind of show you how to, so I'm gonna have to kind of redo things in that. Means more filming, yay me. um, I was gonna go do my edits. I was really hoping we wouldn't necessarily get gear here, but or gear changes, but here we are. So and this is it. This is all that's really happening. Gear can now reach 336. More of the gear can reach 336. Hide and Seek are now providing 332 and 336 mods. We can only assume that they are going to have new missions to deconstruct 336 gear and 332 gear to get these mods. So there's that. So get get two pieces to 336. Then you can get the mods and enhancements and armorings, barrels, hilts, etc. To put into adaptive gear. That way, you don't necessarily have to um, go and waste a whole bunch of time on 336 or getting every single individual piece to 336. I don't necessarily know how that's gonna work out uh for the implants, the earpieces, and relics. I do believe, yeah. So we're gonna go back there in a second because there's another slide that I do want to go over. But our implants, we're gonna get new legendary implants. Apparently, currency conversions and quality of life improvements. That is currently only on the forums, so we'll have to go to the forums to check that out. That way. Um, and once I find it, once I get find an official post from Swarter, I will do another video on what the new legendary implants entail. And the currency conversions, I think they might possibly be getting rid of some of our currencies. Hopefully they do, because currently we have way too many currencies in the game. But going back here, so stuff that you get off of the floor, so floor loot, that base gear is going to get a bump to 324, or for Throicine gear, 322. This is weak, a normal gear. This is the weakest gear you can get. So all floor loot is now going to start at 324. So when you go into flashpoints, operations, you will be able to get uh, also PvP gear. We'll be able to, we can skip 2 levels of upgrading gear, which is kind of nice. I think this should be more 326, 328. It would lessen how much time we have to spend upgrading, because now we have to go from 324 to 336. So it's nice, but you took away 2 levels of gearing, or of upgrading, but it's still a long road to get that. Luckily, like I said, thanks to Hide and Zeke, you only need to upgrade 2 pieces of gear to 336. So that way you can just get mods, enhancements, armorings, hilts, barrels to fill out the majority of your gear. This is still not. I don't think they're going to start providing earpieces or relics. Implants, you should be using legendary implants. Don't time non-legendary implants. Yeah, and then you can also get feedback on hearing in the R4 anomaly. We need 340 to be attainable outside of R4. I am so sick of just playing R4 and to get gear. I'm honestly kind of sick of it at this point. I've been playing that damn operation for July is when we started. July, start of August. I think July, end of July. So July, August, September, October, 5 months now. I am sick of R4. I am so beyond sick of R4. So they need to expand some of the gear tokens to some of the other operations. Right. So we also got some UI UX features. These are cool. We got a map revamp, updated tooltips. You can customize more things to your liking, as well as colorblind mode. And we're getting deconstruct and delete window change. So I'm gonna allow the video to play out, so you guys can take a look exactly how this is gonna work. I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way so that way you can. I'm gonna remove myself out of here, because everything you're gonna want to see is actually happening behind me, like directly behind me with the map. So I will let you guys take a look at all stuff here. All right, and I am back. So as you can see, you can now have your. They're kind of fusing the big open up of the map and the mini map into one. And you still have fog of war, so you still have to go discover the different areas in order for you to see the details or the minute details. You can still see buildings and landscapes and whatnot, but you can't see where this road goes, which just because this darkened area. But if you want to, if you actually want to see the yellow line, because it may split off and take you somewhere over here as well. You don't know, but you can also zoom in. I know I didn't show it, and that's just because of how I have window cropped, so that way you guys don't see my taskbar. Down below, literally like right below here-ish, right below there, uh, is a is kind of the stuff that you would normally have wrapped around enemy mini map. So group finder, PvP queues, the zoom in, zoom out. Uh, that is now kind of on a straight bar. And you can still use it to kind of zoom in, zoom out, and access all the things that you can access today with the mini map. And of course, if you don't like this, if you don't want this, you can leave it exactly as you have it now. So this is just an option for you. You don't have to have this. I do kind of think this is good. This is kind of a good change, kind of a cooler change to kind of have this, and you can still mostly clearly see everything. I think some of the opacity here, at least for the blue, should be a little more faded. I know they kind of want you to see exactly what you're looking at, which it kind of fades when you're not moving, but at the same time, it's still the same opacity. So kind of blocks your view a little bit. It's not terrible. All right, and then we don't necessarily need a to see this in action. You can see it right here. So you can now kind of pick more of the things that you want to see. Spacer divider, you can turn off the clock, which has been placed up over here. You kind of can't see it again just because of how I have things cropped. But you can turn off the clock if you want to. You don't have to see, what the real world time is. You immerse yourself just that little bit extra into the game. Um, so it's just more of what you can do. And then, so that's kind of a nice, just, filter out things that you want, don't want. All right, and then we are getting colorblind added to the game. This is something a lot of games have been adding. This is another feature that has been added to more and more games, or are coming standard with. So if you are colorblind and set one of three settings to kind of match your color blindness, for most regular players, this isn't going to be needed. I wouldn't suggest turning it on. I'm gonna allow show it. As you can see, everything is off color. You don't need this. This one was there was a slight change, but it affect too much. And then of course this one different. This one's a little more close to normal color, but as you can see, this is different. But if you're colorblind, things will look more kind of how they do for everyone else. So that's a good change. If you're colorblind, you now can color correct to help you out. Um, and another thing too, you kind of see it right here. There's a little pull-in window as well. So just more things that you can, choose to have not be in the way. You don't have to have that bar of like guild or chat window. Tuck it in. It's more than likely what that is about. Uh, More of a glimpse into the UI change. I do think these are good UI changes. This is, more on the positive side of the things that are being changed in 7.2. And then we are getting a new deconstruct and delete window. So you can delete things in here. You can deconstruct things here. So I think you have to drag them over now. You can no longer click on them. You may not even be able to throw your items out. You may have to actually put them into these windows. So that's kind of a good thing. It's also kind of an annoyance, because I won't be able to. We'll see exactly how that goes about. Because sometimes it is easier just if I have a bunch of I opened a gear a box of adaptive gear that I already have from the cartel market, and I only wanted one piece, just to quickly do a cosmetic thing. And instead of just being able to throw the gear out, I now have to open up this window and fill it all in. We'll see. We'll see. Because it still asks you, "Are you sure if you want to do this?" And sometimes it's a complete accident. So uh, this is probably a good thing. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then we are getting some sneak peek at some cartel market items. They showed us two weapons, and this here is what it looks like in game. So a lot of high detail, a lot of uh, attention to detail, to kind of show it off. So it does look amazing. They did also mention there might be kind of a flourish to it, kind of a special effect. We'll see. So that this is kind of cool. We are getting a syndicate armor, a pike armor from Mandalorian, along with a new gun, I believe. And then of course, got to show it. They actually did have it in the studio. And Jackie here got to hold it. And then we are getting two new vibroblades, and they are kind of matching the gloss of vibroblades from the Mandalorian series. So we are getting some better graphical design to weapons. So these look pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of blades that have this big curve to them. Not for me. For me personally, it doesn't look that good. But overall, it does look like a really cool weapon. And then also this thing, which it looks like it expands. And I have this electric bit. Seems unreasonable. Why not just stick with the blade? Because that's not blocking a lightsaber. That's just an arc of electricity. A lightsaber will go. But of course, this will. I mean, I guess it extends your reach. So there's that. And I can only assume this arc of electricity will change color depending on your color crystal. No idea if there's any changes based on color crystal for like the red bit here. So these being these are looking good. I'm not a fan of vibro blades. This is an axe. This isn't the kind of sword I'm into. Long swords or katanas are speed. But these overall, like they still do look pretty pleasing to the eye. I don't like this bit here. It's bad to me. And then finally, we do have Life Day events coming out as well, or the return of Life Day events. And we are getting some new snow globes for R4, Runic, and Elam and Manon. So those are kind of cool, and we get this hat, getting a hat, which looks awful because it does away with the hair, and so we're bald. And look good because it got rid of our hair, the hair coming out, not just shoved into this hat. Or and for this character, she's bald. She is straight bald. So I don't particularly like it. I'm not a major fan of most hats or helmets in the game because the character is suddenly bald. It's not necessarily what I want. Oh, there you go. Okay, guys, and uh, editing Ronin back once again. I kind of went on for like another 20-ish minutes. I am gonna cut that short for you guys to keep this short. Still, it's about as good as I could get the editing done and show everything and give as much of my thoughts as possible. 7-2 is going to be 7-2. That's the short of it. Give constructive criticism in the forums. Be courteous. Do your best to do that, guys. I know that these changes e- can emit an emotional response, and because it definitely got me to be emotional and to see them make these changes that I don't agree with at all. Um, so it is what it is. There's a lot of good here, but it's just being overshadowed by just a not good change, and which sucks because there is a good change in it. Like allowing regs to if you don't want to play 4v4, you don't want to do arenas, you don't have to do that anymore. It's just there was no reason to get rid of ranked other than that they think that the new season pass is a good substitute for ranked, and it's not from what we've seen so far. There's still room for them to make it better, to make it be something positive. Um, but we haven't seen that yet. So we'll see what happens in the PTS when that go lives. I will make a video, just a real quick announcement video, be like a minute long, probably a short, letting you guys know that PTS is up. So that'll happen either in the next few days or sometime next week, whenever that goes live. So until then, guys, if you enjoyed this breakdown of the live stream, do comment down below. Let me know what you think, how you feel about the changes that are coming. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful YouTube stuff. And I will see you in a galaxy far, far away. Till next time, guys, take care.